Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Any inanimate object, as a towel or money or clothing or dishes or books or toys, etc., that can transmit infectious agents from one person to another. A conveyance that transports people or objects. A medium for the expression or achievement of something. His editorials provided a vehicle for his political views. Any substance that facilitates the use of a drug or pigment or other material that is mixed with it. Any inanimate object, as a towel or money or clothing or dishes or books or toys, etc., that can transmit infectious agents from one person to another. A tangible and visible entity. An entity that can cast a shadow. The goal intended to be attained, and which is believed to be attainable. The sole object of her trip was to see her children. A tangible and visible entity. An entity that can cast a shadow. It was full of rackets, balls and other objects. Be averse to or express disapproval of. My wife objects to modern furniture. Computing. A discrete item that provides a description of virtually anything known to a computer. In object-oriented programming, objects include data and define its status, its methods of operation and how it interacts with other objects. Express or raise an objection or protest or criticism or express dissent. She never objected to the amount of work her boss charged her with. Grammar. A constituent that is acted upon. The object of the verb. The focus of cognitions or feelings. Objects of thought. The act of moving something from one location to another. Hold spellbound. A mechanism that transports magnetic tape across the read, write heads of a tape playback recorder. Something that serves as a means of transportation. A state of being carried away by overwhelming emotion. Move while supporting, either in a vehicle or in one's hands or on one's body. The commercial enterprise of moving goods and materials. Transport commercially. Send from one person or place to another. An exchange of molecules, and their kinetic energy and momentum, across the boundary between adjacent layers of a fluid or across cell membranes. Move something or somebody around, usually over long distances. The act of moving something from one location to another. Act of transferring property title from one person to another. The transmission of information. Something that serves as a means of transportation. Document effecting a property transfer. Usually plural, transmissions that are disseminated widely to the public. Around the middle of a scale of evaluation. Medium bombers. Bacteriology. A nutrient substance, solid or liquid, that is used to cultivate microorganisms. An occupation for which you are especially well suited. Someone who serves as an intermediary between the living and the dead. He consulted several mediums. A liquid with which pigment is mixed by a painter. A means or instrumentality for storing or communicating information. An intervening substance through which signals can travel as a means for communication. An intervening substance through which something is achieved. The dissolving medium is called a solvent. A state that is intermediate between extremes, a middle position. A happy medium. Biology. a substance in which specimens are preserved or displayed. Meat, cooked until there is just a little pink meat inside. The surrounding environment. Fish require an aqueous medium. The property of holding together and retaining its shape. Considerable capital, wealth or income. The idea that is intended. What a communication that is about something is about. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. A particular kind or species of matter with uniform properties. Shigella is one of the most toxic substances known to man. Material of a particular kind or constitution. The immune response recognizes invading substances. The real physical matter of which a person or thing consists. DNA is the substance of our genes. A small low-powered electrically powered vehicle driven on a special platform where there are many others to be dodged. A vehicle that moves on wheels and usually has a container for transporting things or people. The oldest known wheeled vehicles were found in Sumer and Syria and date from around 3500 BC. Shrewdness is demonstrated by being skilled in deception. People who perform a particular kind of skilled work. He represented the craft of brewers. Skill in an occupation or trade. The skilled practice of a practical occupation. A vehicle designed for navigation in or on water or air or through outer space. Make by hand and with much skill. The artisan crafted a complicated tool. Sends a firework display high into the sky. Propels bright light high in the sky, or used to propel a life-saving line or harpoon. Erect European annual often grown as a salad crop to be harvested when young and tender. Any vehicle self-propelled by a rocket engine. Shoot up abruptly, like a rocket. Prices skyrocketed. A jet engine containing its own propellant and driven by reaction propulsion. Propel with a rocket. A vehicle resembling a bicycle but having skis instead of wheels. The rider wears short skis for balancing. Ride, on, a sled. A vehicle mounted on runners and pulled by horses or dogs, for transportation over snow. Beat with a sledgehammer. A heavy long-handled hammer used to drive stakes or wedges. A vehicle mounted on runners and pulled by horses or dogs, for transportation over snow. Ride in or travel with a sledge. The Antarctic expedition sledged along the coastline. Transport in a sleigh. Ride, on, a sled. A vehicle mounted on runners and pulled by horses or dogs, for transportation over snow. Bring to a specified state by overwhelming force or pressure. The senator steamrollered the bill to defeat. Vehicle equipped with heavy wide smooth rollers for compacting roads and pavements. A massive inexorable force that seems to crush everything in its way. Overwhelm by using great force. Steamroller the opposition. Make level or flat with a steamroller. Proceed with great force. The new teacher tends to steamroller. Crush with a steamroller as if to level. Steamroller the road. A small low-powered electrically powered vehicle driven on a special platform where there are many others to be dodged. Vehicle used by the armed forces. A weapon that is forcibly thrown or projected at a target but is not self-propelled. Any vehicle self-propelled by a rocket engine. Impelling or impelled forward. A projectile force. Vehicle equipped with heavy wide smooth rollers for compacting roads and pavements. Protective covering consisting of a panel to protect people from the splashing water or mud, etc. A protective covering over or beside a wheel to protect the upper part of a vehicle from splashes of mud. Instrument panel on an automobile or airplane containing dials and controls. Protective covering consisting of a panel to protect people from the splashing water or mud, etc. Protective covering consisting of a broad plank along a gunnel to keep water from splashing over the side. Protective covering consisting of a panel to protect people from the splashing water or mud, etc.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.